In Exodus chapter 3 and 4, we get this interaction between Moses and God at the burning bush. And if you read it closely, you notice something surprising that Moses is not excited about this conversation. He's not having some spiritual moment. He's trying to get out of a job interview. And I love this scene because this conversation between God and Moses is shockingly normal. You would think that the first recorded conversation between Moses and God would be filled with big theological words and deep spiritual mystery. But when you read it, it sounds like a regular human conversation between someone who's scared and someone who's not accepting excuses at the moment. So here's the scene. Moses is at a place called Horeb. He's a shepherd minding his own business. He's just at work. Then he sees a bush that's on fire, but it's not burning up, which is probably the reason why he walks over in the first place, not because he's expecting a spiritual moment, but just because he thinks it looks cool. And then God starts talking to him, and God gives Moses an impossible task. God says, "I've seen the oppression of my people in Egypt, and I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring them out," which sounds very holy when we read it. But imagine hearing it. Imagine being Moses. Moses is standing there like, um, what? Because God is telling Moses to go to the most powerful man on the planet and tell him to let his entire slave economy walk out for free. That's not a reasonable request. And Moses, he knows it. So Moses starts asking God some questions, not because he's curious, but because he's trying to talk God out of this whole idea. And the first question he asks is what I want to focus on because I think it's hilarious. He asks God, "Who am I?" In Exodus 3:11, he says, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" Which is a fair question. Who am I to walk into the throne room of the most powerful empire on the earth and demand that they release their slaves? But here's what makes it funny: Moses' backstory. Because Moses is a Hebrew, and he was born at a time when Pharaoh was killing all the Hebrew babies. And Moses is hidden in a basket, and he's put in the Nile River, and he floats down the Nile, and Pharaoh's daughter finds him. But Moses grows up in the palace, so he knows Pharaoh, he knows the culture, he knows the court system. Then one day, Moses walks out and he sees an Egyptian abusing a Hebrew slave. So Moses kills the Egyptian and then runs away, flees Egypt to Horeb. So basically, God wants Moses to go talk to the person he was raised with, to let the people he was born into come to the place where he currently is. So when Moses asked God, "Who am I to do this?" you can see God respond, "The perfect person." That's what I love about this moment. Because Moses is pretty sure he's not the right guy, that his past disqualifies, but God knows that his past has prepared him. See, Moses sees his past as a coincidence or random, but God sees that it's been set up.